Cool, so for our teaching project, we have chosen to educate school-age children about the flu. So to be more interactive with that, we have 4 experiments that kids can do at home with parental supervision, of course. The first one is going to go over how soap keeps away germs. After that, we're going to do how to properly wash your hands. Number 3 is going to teach kids how vaccines work. And the 4th one is going to teach about herd immunity and why we get vaccines. So we did this so the kids can have a hands-on experience and learn how to keep themselves healthy and safe from things like the flu and other contagious diseases. Enjoy! So our first experiment today is going to be how soap keeps germs away. So I have my bowl with my water, I have pepper, I have my dish soap, I have mine in a cup, you can just get it out of the bottle, whatever works, and a napkin to wash your hands off. So because you have to see what I'm doing in the bowl, I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to get started. We have everything set up here. This pepper represents all the germs, okay? So we're going to pour that right into our bowl, get it all in there. Now if I take my finger and touch this water, that gets all over my hands. And that pepper is all the germ that gets onto your hands. So we're gonna wipe that off. And now I'm gonna dip my finger into some soap. So get a good bit of soap on there. And we're gonna take that and we're gonna see how it clears the germs away. So this is how soap keeps all the germs off your hands. Experiment is going to be a lesson on how to wash our hands. So you need 1 pair of these latex gloves, any color, any size, as long as it works and fits your hands. Any color of paint. I have purple gloves, I'm using white paint so you can see it. As long as you can see the paint, you're all set. And a plate so you don't get messy. So your first thing is to take anything off your hands. I have a ring, take that off. I have a watch, I'm going to take that off too. So once your hands are all clean, you're gonna put on your gloves. Cool, so my gloves are on and these represent your dirty hands. So all this purple is all the germs you have on your hands. This is my soap. So we're gonna take some soap and squeeze it onto your hands like that. Okay, so we have our soap. And the first thing you're gonna do is take your hands and rub them palm to palm. Do that for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we can see that the soap is all over the palms of our hands. So that means that anywhere the soap touched is now clean. So we have clean palms, but we still have germs all over the backs of our hands. So we're gonna take our hands and put one on top of the other and rub like that for 7 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that hand back is all clean. Now add a little more soap. But the other hand is still dirty, so same thing, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now the backs and our fronts are all clean, but our fingers are still dirty. So we're gonna do it one more time. Lock your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that I got those fingers, hips, you're gonna make a little claw with your hands and scrub. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now those are all clean. You can still see we have some purple on our thumbs. So we're gonna take each thumb one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little more soap. And then your other thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So once you do all those things, you get one more step, you get your wrists. Those little purple at the bottom. One side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. So now you see that our purple gloves are now all white and your hands are properly clean. So in true nursing fashion, you're gonna take your glove off, you're gonna pinch it, pull it down and out. Take your now clean hand, tuck it into the underside of your glove, pull it down and out. Okay, we're all done. So our next experiment is gonna show us how vaccines work. What you're gonna need is some strips of fabric. I just cut up an old t-shirt that I have lying around. Any kind of old t-shirt, towel, fabric will work. You can ask your parents for help cutting it out. Make sure you don't cut up anything valuable. And you're gonna need a candle. Now my candle has been melting for about 20 minutes now, so you're gonna need some time. Make sure you ask for help. Don't try and light any flames without a parent watching you. And you wanna make sure they have a little bit of wax melted in that candle. Last thing you're gonna need is a spray bottle with water and a plate to put this all on. So the first thing you're gonna do is take one square of fabric. This fabric represents you, and this is germs. So when you're unvaccinated, the germs can make you sick, and that is this t-shirt getting wet. So I spray that on. You can see this is now wet, it is dark, and that means you have gotten sick. Now, next thing we're gonna do is take the second t-shirt. First, blow out your candle. Have a parent help you with this. The wax is gonna be hot. And you're gonna take the wax in that candle and carefully pour that onto your fabric. Have mom or dad help you, and you're gonna make sure that you get it all over the fabric. So now what we're gonna do is let this dry for a minute until the wax becomes hard. So we're gonna give this a minute and I'll come back. So now it's been a few minutes since we poured the wax onto our fabric. You can kind of see that it has that coating on it. So this part here, I held it so it doesn't have wax on it, but that wax coating represents the antibodies that you form when you get a vaccine, and that is protecting you from getting sick. So if I try and spray this fabric with the water, it's not sticking. You can see that there's droplets on there, so you can get the germs exposed to you, but it is not gonna stick to that fabric and it is not gonna get you sick. So to go over that, we have this fabric unvaccinated. The germs got onto it, it got wet, it got sick. When you get a vaccine, your body forms antibodies that can fight that fight those germs. So when the germs came and attacked this one, the wax, your antibodies fought it off and the fabric did not get sick. Now, if you're at home and you don't want to use a candle, I get it, it can be dangerous. You can do a similar thing with a crayon. Just take that crayon, draw it all over. I don't have any crayons here, but anything with wax in it will produce a similar sort of effect. So now that we know how vaccines work, our last experiment is going to cover a topic called herd immunity. You might have heard the word herd referring to a group of sheep or farm animals, that kind of thing. But this is herd immunity and it affects your health. So you only need one thing, you only need one pack of dominoes. However many dominoes you want to use, kind of up to you and your time and your patience, that good stuff. I have about 15 set up right here in rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to get started. So here we have my domino setup. Each domino represents one person, and right now all of these people are unvaccinated. So this first domino could get a disease like the flu, and then they can spread it to all the other dominoes. And because they don't have vaccines, they can all get it. So we're gonna watch what happens if he spreads the flu to the other dominoes. Okay. So as you can see, all the dominoes have fallen, and therefore they've all gotten the flu because they were unvaccinated. So I'm gonna restack them and show you what happens when we have some dominoes that do get the vaccine. So I have all my dominoes restacked, and now I'm gonna show you what happens when we have some of them that get vaccinated. So when you get vaccinated, you can't get the disease or spread it onto other people. So to show that, I'm gonna take some dominoes out of this stack. So got vaccinated, remove them, got vaccinated, remove them. And we're gonna take a good amount of these dominoes out to show how the vaccine works. Now, as you can tell, I have not taken out all the dominoes. I still have about 6 left that are unvaccinated. That is because not everyone can get vaccinated. Some kids have allergies. You may have a friend with a peanut butter allergy. Same thing, they can't get it because they would have a reaction to it. Other kids are sick with things like cancer and then therefore cannot get a vaccine because they have a compromised immune system. And that immune system is what is needed to fight off these diseases. And because they're compromised, if they got it, they would get a lot more sick. So we're gonna see how this goes. So we have our dominoes reset up. We have our vaccine dominoes that have been taken out of the equation. And we again have our 1 sick domino. But if I push him over, he does not get any of the other dominoes sick. So herd immunity basically explains why these dominoes did not get sick. These dominoes could get a vaccine. And when they get that vaccine, they are taken out of the equation. And when they do that, they cannot spread it to the dominoes that could get very sick if they got something like the flu. So we are the herd, like some sheep. So we are the herd, and we get vaccinated to not only protect ourselves so we don't get sick, but so that those that can't get the vaccine, like these standing dominoes, won't get sick. And that is our last experiment. So that is our video. I hope you enjoyed doing the experiments, and I hope you learned something about vaccines, germs, the flu, and how to keep yourself and others safe. Bye.